Keep it on the black stuff. And I tell you what, he needs to get back on the grass in a minute and a half. He just needs to stay off it long enough to, oh, look at that. He is absolutely giving it everything, but don't forget about Jimbo Jones, who's, boy, I tell you what, is he going to fully send it or not?
Oh, this is going to be good.
This is...
Thunder and OGT as well, we're close together. So there's 3 battles going on here, Trev.
We got three battles. Where do you look?
That's copied my livery.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. How good was that? We started off with the hot lap from Voodoo, followed up by the cracking intro as well that Voodoo's done up as well. And incredible stuff. Hello and welcome, like we said, to everybody for round 8 of this championship. We saw some very emotional night last night and some pretty close racing in Tier 2, and tonight we're going to do it all over again for Tier 1 in the hashtag Fuck Cancer round. That's right, we are against just trying to send a message, I guess, for that terrible illness, cancer, and for everyone out there who is going through that battle. But as we look at El Majacco out there on the circuit, we've got 15 drivers here tonight, and as I welcome, I've got a few boys in the commentary box with me tonight. Big Dick Johnson, of course, Wilco, our man Wilco, and alongside him is Rob Dog. And fellas, this pace tonight in Tier 1 is going to be pretty hot, and I'm hearing 138s, possibly for pole position.
Yeah, I mean, Wilco's doing 138, which is just alien to me at the moment, especially in the Bentley big heavy car going around here. But yeah, it's good to be back on track and to enjoy the racing again. Last night was pretty of a cracking race for Tier 2, and it was an absolute joy to call with you, Trev. But we learned a few things. Seems like the longer you go on a set of tyres, the better place you will be. So it looks like the overcut might be the way to go here, but seems like this place really, you can really overtake in a lot of places. So hopefully a good cracking race. Maybe Wilco might spin out and give us mere mortals a chance.
Well, we'll wait and see what Wilco's got to say about that. But we said about that pace, and just to put that into perspective as we take a look at that beautiful looking 84 black Bentley there coming around the circuit now onto the main straight is our man Rob Dog. Just about to get a lap underway here. We saw pole position was a 140. I think Wilco was going to confirm
140.3.
140.3. So if we do see 38s, that is definitely looking very pacey tonight. We do expect that though. The Tier 1 boys are the cream of the crop here on KRL, and we expect nothing less than very quick times. But we might, while we take a look at you, Rob Dog, 6 people currently joining this stream. Hello there to you, Kane. Hashtag Fuck Cancer. That is our hashtag for this evening. Let's get that trending and raise awareness for cancer, of course, and do whatever we can here at KRL to help those who are struggling with cancer and going through that battle at the moment. But we might go through to the points and see what's happening there. And you can see that it's our man Wilco on 113 points. 28 clear of 13. And Mighty Murph on 85. Car2 very tight there, 2 points further back from Mighty Murph. 30 shy of Wilco. 43 back to Righty, and then Senna, who we are missing tonight from all reports. Ayrton Senna and El Majacco there, 47 points, who was crowned our Tier 2 champion last night. How good was that? Bardas Kilroy there, and HSV Big Dick Johnson on 16 points. Big Harvey Norman 15 along with OGT. Matterford 14, Nobby Nuts on 13, Rob Dog on 8. So you can jump up a few spots there, Rob, if you get a good finish tonight. Jimbo on 7, V8 Man 6th, Voodoo on 4, Rose Racing on 1. And of course, these drivers, a lot of these drivers go between Tier 2 and Tier 1, of course, as we head back to our drivers, to our drivers of the week, I should say, from last time out. Tier 1 and Tier 2, well, it was the Kilroy show, fellas. Kilroy getting driver of the day in both Tier 2 and Tier 1. So how good is that as we head back to the live action now and we take a look at some of these times. And El Majacco there with a 140.125. So already a couple of tenths quicker. We're only not even 5 minutes into this session, fellas.
Last night.
And he's already 2 tenths quicker than last night.
Yeah, and he was the one that got pole position for Tier 2 last night, so it shows he's found a little bit of pace tonight, which is good.
Certainly has. Barters 5/10 behind him in P2, and Jacko on the absolute limit there. My Binger King 1.3 seconds further back. So these guys just trying to find the pace at the moment. 20-minute qualifying session, you know the drill for Tier 1 by now. 20-minute session, like I said, followed by a 45-minute race. Slightly longer than Tier 2, of course. HSV there, the number 15. There he is, currently in P6 as he crosses the line, and he might start a hot lap. But Mighty Murph there has jumped up 139.882. The first driver so far in well, either Tier 1 or Tier 2 to set that into the 139s, a 139.8. So these times are starting to tumble. 3 drivers yet to set a time. It is early in this session, however, as somebody's spent $12 at the Dumpling Kitchen in Benalla. Just getting a notification on my phone, and I'm not sure what's happening there, and that's terrible stuff. But anyway, the old Dumpling Kitchen getting a fair workout. But Elmer Jacko now down to second. Barters in third. Righty, who's hasn't been in great touch of late, but he's still right up there in the championship. And we'll go through all of those possible championship equations here tonight. But if Wilco does take victory, he's going to be a mighty hard man to beat in this championship, whichever way you look at it. But of course, it's not over until the fat lady sings. And I'm guessing, Wilco, you want to get that done before that final race at Bathurst, because it's a bit of a funny one. The pressure can get to people at that final round of the championship decider, if it gets to that. But looking at the track conditions here, track temperature 31 degrees. We do have a dry qualifying. Optimum track temperature as Righty there gets a little bit out of shape, but he manages to keep it all together there coming through the final corner. As Righty sitting 3/10 behind Mighty Murph at the moment. We might stick with him and just see what he can do as he comes across the line. He doesn't improve, but he might be starting another hot lap as Jacko has gone even quicker now, also into the 139s. And you can see there a 139.8 for him, 139.9, I beg your pardon, for him, as Wilco just says, don't forget about me, I thought that was a glitch, Wilco, a 139.000. What are you doing, Wilco? You're not in the 38s yet.
Hey, I'm slow. Oh, shit. Overrated.
he's just off. But boy, that is Tier 1 pace if ever I've seen it. As we tick over double figures now. Let's get to that baker's dozen for the live stream views. But beautiful livery. You'd expect nothing less. And Wilco using all of the track and more available to him. And as Martin Brundle would say, ran out of space and out of talent there. But he was never coming back from that, was he? But there he is. He's back into the pits now. He's 8/10 ahead of Mighty Murph. And that is a very big margin to try and close up with 11 minutes and 44 seconds to go in qualifying tonight. Big shout out to Voodoo, who's been doing it tough as well. But big thanks to the stream graphics you can see there on your screen. And we might get some action back on track, actually, while we say that. But you can see their hashtag #FuckCancerRound. And you can see wonderful graphics. And as Voodoo, as someone call Po 139.000. Oh dear, here we go. The police as Murph now. And he's got to find some time, as do a lot of these other drivers. Cart Dude, Voodoo in the pits. He's currently 2 seconds off. And Caleb, who's yet to set a time, the only driver yet to set a time. 5 Porsches, 4 Ferraris, 3 Bentleys. And look at that, we've got a Merc, a McLaren, and do we have the Aston Martin in the field as well tonight? I think with Barters, I think. Yep, up there in P4 as well. The number 27 car looking very nice indeed. But 10 minutes still remaining. Can anybody catch our man Wilco? And we've seen in the points at the moment that you can see there the points. He's 28 clear of Mighty Murph. And it's not over yet, Wilco. You've got a race in hand, but still you're doing everything you need to do to keep that championship challenge really out of anyone else's grasp, I've got to say. But Jacko still 9/10 off as Bjorn Borg Undies has joined us. Great stuff. Partridge in a pear tree. Great stuff. Keep those comments coming in. And also, we need your driver of the day. And later on in the evening. And last night it was Jacko winning Tier 2, of course. To update anybody who missed out on Tier 2 last night, Voodoo came home second. And I forget who actually finished third.
Rose Racing after a penalty for Binger.
Binger, that's right. Yep, there was an incident there between, I think it was Jimbo and Bingerling. Yep. But as Voodoo just getting in the comments saying, my top 3 prediction is correct so far for qualifying at least. And before we got on air tonight, Wilco, he said Wilco, Murph and Jacko. 1, 2, 3. For so whether that was for the race or for qualifying, but or qualifying at least, as he said. So you're spot on. He's absolutely spot on, all in that order as well. So good stuff. As Mighty Murph has gone a little bit quicker now. He's just 6/10 behind, so 139.651 for Mighty Murph. He is absolutely flying, but he still needs to find some time, of course, to get anywhere near Wilco, the man from Carrum Downs. Big hello to everybody out there, including Big Shep, who has been turning up to work rather late of recent times. Not too sure what that is all about. But he's a hit with the ladies, so he might be up late. He's getting on in years, though, and it's not really good. But Wilco, you'll always remind him, mate, that he needs to get up and about early. And righty then in P5 at the moment, so it's very close as Rob Dog has just CNT. And in the 84 Bentley, that is an absolutely stonking lap, a 139.5. And top 3 prediction, so far so good. Better odds than Trump winning the election. That's a whole nother story, isn't it? I'm sure we're going to be hearing about that for weeks, possibly months to come, before Joe can get that all sorted out. But Rob Dog up into P2, like we said, 139.5. Mighty Murph back into the pits now, as we see Jimbo coming out for another go on track, and Elmer Jacko. It just shows you, doesn't it, fellas, the pace difference between Tier 2 and Tier 1. Jacko's best time almost a second off of your good self, Wilco. So the pace certainly steps up a notch here in Tier 1.
Yeah, it does, as I've crashed. So, yep, yeah.
Okay, as Wilco back in the pits.
It's done it again.
Commentator's curse. Let's have a look at what HSV's doing. Sorry about that. HSV's off the track. And, oh no, back into the pits. There we go, HSV Jimbo Jones. We saw him coming out of the pits a moment ago. And there he is, P8 at the moment. He did make contact, of course, with my Binger King. And a post-race penalty gave Rose Racing the final podium spot for Tier 2 last night. As Jimbo Jones currently in 8th. Cart Dude as Battery Rat Gaming. Great name that one, says go Caleb, great stuff. The Caleb army up and about. Big Dick Johnson rounding out your top 10, but look how tight it is there from about 7th down to 12th. Only 0.3 of a second separating HSV down to Binger King. And then it's OGT in 13th position. Some of the drivers lower down, 2.1 seconds off for Voodoo Child, who's back in the pits, Nobby Nuts Racing. And you can see great liveries on these cars tonight in our special cancer round, of course. Various different colours, unique sort of custom liveries being run tonight to raise awareness for cancer. Round 8 of this championship, of course, the Fuck Cancer round for KRL. As Voodoo says, Rob Dog, well done. Fought the car all practice. Good to see a great quality result. So plenty of love there from Voodoo heading your way, Rob Dog.
Yeah, absolutely just trying to hustle the car as much as I can. I didn't think I could find any pace out of it. I've been complaining to Wilco all week that I've just got no pace. So, yeah, absolutely just drove it to the ragged edge. And I'm certain that Mighty Murph, when Barters will go a bit quicker than that. But we're starting near the pointy end at the moment. It's a good result so far.
Great stuff, as Rob Dog is indeed in the pits. We want to go back to what's happening at the sharp end. Mighty Murph now still needs to find 0.6 of a second, maybe even 7 too, if he's going to beat that time of Wilco. And he's halfway through a lap now, 5.5 minutes remaining in this session. And you can see the drivers using all of the road. I'm not sure about the track limits and how strict they are, fellas, but a lot of these drivers using every bit of track and the curbs available to them. And why wouldn't you to try and get every bit of pace out of that car and every bit of pace and speed out of your hot lap? As Mighty Murph, things settling down in qualifying. Barter's, he's up there in P4. Jacko then has been relegated to 5th. As I thought there was a yellow flag there. No, I beg your pardon, just seeing things. As Righty in 6th. He's in the pits as well. HSV now back out on track. What can he do? As there's somebody off there. That might have been Voodoo. I saw, I think it was Voodoo who jumped back into the pit lane after, looked like he had an incident, as we see Matterford come out now. So less than 5 minutes remaining as Righty is spinning around in the pit lane. And he's not going anywhere as he comes back out again. Mighty Murph jumps into the pits. What's Jimbo doing across the line now? 1.5 seconds off in the number 91. He was, we had a great battle last night, didn't he, for the at the pointy end. He was on for a podium, and then my Binger King came along and put pay to all that. But Jimbo has been involved in a few incidents in both Tier 2 and Tier 1, so some might say it's just a bit of payback there. But Jimbo getting off the track. Nice U-turn, says Battery Rat Gaming. Hello to you. Righty looking, just making some moves in the pit lane there. I'm not sure what he was doing, but Matterford outside that top 10. What can he do? He's just 45 thousandths of a second. I think that is outside the top 10. And Nobby Nuts has, I thought he was having a moment there, but he's just warming up the tyres, ready to have another run around here as we take a look at Matterford now. And is this, I'm just looking at the traffic around this circuit here. Matterford's got Nobby Nuts and Jimbo in front of him. And you want to get your timing right here, don't you, fellas, on a final, on your final runs. But Matterford is slightly outbraking himself there. We might see what OGT is doing. He's not doing much. But Sparky says, good evening all. Hello to you, Sparky, and welcome along to the stream once again tonight. The OGT Army as Cart Dude comes back out onto the circuit. 13th, Binger King, Voodoo Child, the number 1 Ferrari there in 14th. Nobby Nuts, the man we saw a moment ago, coming up behind Jimbo. Let's stick with Nobby Nuts. He's 3.4 seconds off the pace at the moment. But can he improve and jump ahead of Voodoo? He's got to find 1.3 seconds here. You're spot on, Battery Rat. It's great conditions for qualifying at least. We'll wait and see what the race will be like as well. But Nobby Nuts cannot improve on that time at the moment. And yeah, thank you, dear. Thank you for that. But qualifying 2.5 minutes remaining in this session. If somebody could close the door to the commentary box, that'd be terrific. Thank you for that. Thanks for the bottle of water, Tay-Tay, as Caleb still yet to set a time. And look at this.
He's not racing tonight. He's just here for the end of the race.
End of the race. Yep, we'll keep people updated on that later in the race. Thank you for that, Tay-Tay. Nobby Nuts Racing going off the track there. Looked almost like he was having a race with Jimbo. And the OGT Army a little light on viewers, says Sparky. So the OGT Army, Sparky, you're going to have to send your love and support even more. And Nobby Nuts spending more time off the track than on it in the last few corners. But Voodoo in the pits, Binger, top 13 for him. He's not going to be happy with that. But OGT second out on track now. Matterford still in 11th. And then it's your top 10 from Wilco down to Jimbo. And look at that. We're finally cracked. You said 138's Wilco, and you're spot on. He's a man of his word, a 138.991. And so he has snuck into the 138s there. 1 minute and 20 remaining in qualifying. So most of these drivers are going to get through for another lap as the comments. Voodoo, hashtag OGT Army, Bjorn, thought it was George Russell there for a minute. Let's go nuts. Yes, of course, poor old George Russell. He missed out on that point, didn't he, in Imola last week. And Kleb out injured. No battery. He's just he's hanging around for some post-race stuff, which we're going to get to in a moment. There's 13 people now watching the stream. Go Voodoo, says Kane, and we're all behind him. Voodoo top 5. Come on, man, says Battery Rat. Thank you for that. But let's take a look at this man, as he's unstoppable at the moment. Wilco Oh, no pressure at all. Wilco coming through the last corner. You saw it on your screen. He is absolutely on the limit here as he comes onto the start-finish straight now. He's set a 138.991. Can he improve? Yes, he does. And it's a 138.964. Just going a sack skin quicker. And that leaves Mighty Murph 2 tenths behind him. And Rob Dog 5 tenths further back. So not much action as we see Rob Dog coming into the pits. Commentator's curse almost, says Sparky. Jacko down in fourth. So a lot of these drivers improving their times, but nobody could get anywhere near Wilco. Well, Mighty Murph sort of did, but he was still 2 tenths off Wilco.
He's still on a lap though.
He's still on a lap. We might check what's happening there. And another coat of paint in it. And there we go. Voodoo, as we keep an eye on Mighty Murph now. Hashtag the Voodoo Special. Hopefully something magical this race indeed. But Mighty Murph coming up to the final few corners of this lap as I nearly ripped the headphones out of the jack. But anyway, no harm done. So we're ticking down. Qualifying is done and dusted here at the Kyalami circuit in South Africa. Great circuit this one. Used more for GT cars now than, I guess, open wheelers, but we have seen F1 here in the past. I think they might have had the, was it not a race of champions, or they had the Masters F1, some F1 drivers
this could be
there.
pole for Alan. He's done a really good lap. I've seen the last half of it.
Here we go, Mighty Murph coming across the line. Is it good enough for pole position?
No.
No. Well, we built that up, but nothing came of that. But Mighty Murph then slots into second place. That is the end of qualifying. You were right, Battery Rat. Nothing but a coat of paint in that one. Wilco takes pole. Rob Dog third. Jacko fourth. Barters fifth. Big Dick Johnson sixth. Great result there, ending up in the top six. Third row start for him. Righty can't do Jimbo. HSV. And give me your cheat codes, Wilco, says Rick Oztech. Nice stuff. Voodoo down in 14th, Binger 13th, Nobby Nuts 15th. And we are getting ready to go racing, Wilco. We might just flick back to our famous KRL intro whilst we wait for this race to get underway. It's round 8 of this championship. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome to KRL. He's going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 Man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead. But now Wilco's going to have a crack back for him around the outside. Can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch. But Jimbo comes out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! It's Righty in 11th, Mr. Wright. Looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through. Nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. It's time to go racing for KRL.
game, and
keep it on the black stuff. And I tell you what, he needs to get back on the grass in a minute and a half. He just needs to stay off it long enough to, oh, look at that. He is absolutely giving it everything, but don't forget about Jimbo Jones, who's, boy, I tell you what, is he going to fully send it or not?
Oh, this is going to be good.
This is...
Thunder and OGT as well, we're close together. So there's 3 battles going on here, Trev.
We got three battles. Where do you look? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about ready to go racing here. We do have the formation lap, of course, before we get underway for this 45-minute race here around this Kyalami circuit in South Africa. But it is Jason Wilkinson on pole position, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he's going to have Mighty Murph for company. Don't forget about Rob Dog as well. And you can see their formation lap drivers just getting their tyres, brakes, all sorted out up to temperature, and Jacko and Barter's there getting very close on the formation lap ahead of Big Dick Johnson, who's got front row seats to that. But it is this man, Jason Wilkinson, and as Sparky saying, the intro is as good as any sporting event you will see. Much appreciated there, Sparky, and great to have you along with us for this evening. Don't forget hashtag OGT Army, and Cart Dude 1.5 off. Saying he felt like he did the lap of his life, but he still ended up...
the well Merc is about a second a lap slower here, so as Porsche was slower last week, the Merc and Bentley are pretty... Well, Rob's outdrove the car tonight, but yeah, quality pace is, yeah, a little bit of difference between the Porsche and the Merc and Bentley, so race pace should come back. The skill of the drivers should bring everyone back closer, but let's get ready for this start.
Let's get ready for this one. We are almost ready to go racing in our special Fuck Cancer round 8 of this championship. We saw plenty of action in Tier 2 last night, and we're going to expect nothing less here tonight for Tier 1. As here we go then, out of the final corner, it's Wilco who will lead us away here. We're almost racing. It is go, go, go. Here we go. Wilco leads away, but he's got Mighty Murph right up behind him, not giving him an inch here off the start line. Rob Dog as well, not too far behind the lead duo. And then it's Jacko slotting into 4th. Looks all nice and civilized and nice and clean as we come through the first couple of corners here. It is Jason Wilkinson, Mighty Murph, nothing too untoward happening at the start. What's going on further back? Rob Dog in 3rd, so position staying as they are off the grid. We had a rolling start. Barters is around, so he's also made contact with someone else. It might have been Jimbo there. So Bingaling and OGT getting through. Plenty of purple cars there at the back. Jimbo off as well. He is right down the field. So Barters, who started pretty high up, didn't he? He's now right at the back of the field as we head back to the front. It is still Wilco and Mighty Murph there. Just 1 and 2. Mighty Murph keeping Wilco very honest in the opening laps of this race, or the opening part of this race, I should say. Rob Dog 3rd, and Jacko down the inside, and he's looking to get through there. They are side by side here, and Rob Dog is not going to give anything away, but either is Jacko, our Tier 2 champion. Look at this Porsche and Bentley. This is so close between Rob Dog and Jacko. Who's going to win this battle? And we'll just wait and see. Go right, he says. Rick Oztech, pit strategy needed, and Big Shep's joined us. Big Shep Regis there. Very big hello from Shepo. Fuck Cancer, well done. Great stuff. Big hello to you, Shep. And Rob Dog keeping his nose in front as we finish the first lap. And we welcome all 14 gorgeous, beautiful people to this stream tonight. It is Wilco. Lap 1 completed here at Kyalami. It's Wilco first, Mighty Murph second, Rob Dog in 3rd, about a second further back. It is Rob Dog from Jacko there. Can't Dude up to 5th. Good start by him. Big Dick Johnson. Haven't heard much from you, Big Dick Johnson, at the moment, but he is in the party, and he'll be keeping us updated along with Rob Dog and Wilco tonight. Bingaling, who lost his podium last night following a post-race penalty. He's doing very nicely indeed. Up there in 7th, Matafit in 8th, OGT Army, Sparky Get up and about, OGT. Your man is in P9 under all sorts of pressure from Voodoo Child, who finished second last night, and he's inside the top 10 in the opening couple of laps of this one. Barter's back up to 11th after an incident off the start line there. We didn't see completely what happened, but could have been contact with Jimbo, who's down in 13th. But look at these drivers, the battle, not just at the sharp end, but down the back and through the midfield. The battle even for the final points paying positions is very fierce as Jimbo. It looked like Jimbo went off the circuit there. 15 people. HSV now fighting alongside Jimbo, and Righty is down in 15th place. I didn't see what happened to him, but something must have happened to him off the start line as we will let those boys battle it out. Steady start in a very even race, says Sparky. Spot on, Sparky. Your man down in 9th at the moment. He's under pressure from Voodoo Child. But speaking of pressure, it is this man, Jason Wilkinson, our championship leader. And boy, the New Zealander, Mighty Murph from Auckland in New Zealand, not giving him anything at all. He's giving him nothing at the moment. And now it was 4/10. It is so close at the front. And now Jacko's made a move on you, Rob Dog. You're down to 4th in this one.
Yeah, mate, I just made a mistake, ran that long right-hand sweep. I just got no aero underneath the wash of other cars at the moment going through there, so it's a bit sketchy.
We'll leave you to it, Rob. Thank you for that. 3 drivers who are racing tonight, providing feedback and commentary to us. And Mighty Murph, oh boy, I'm not even going to ask you your opinion, Wilco. Just keep your head down, focus and concentrate, because the one Porsche 1, 2, 3 here in the field. So the Porsche is very handy around this Kyalami circuit. But Rob Dog now still, he's not letting Majacko get away. And Wacko Jacko there has Rob Dog right up behind him in the Bentley. And is he going to make a move? He's just going to fully send it. And he gets the job done now. But the old crisscross move that left you a little bit vulnerable there, Rob Dog, for a comeback from Jacko. And you went down the inside, but you just overcooked it a bit there. And Jacko managed to get you back on the other end. But now Rob Dog is going back down the inside. There is nothing in it between these two drivers. Hackett and Thorpe stuff at the moment. Look at this. They were battling on lap 1. And Big Shep says, come on, Wilco, pedal to the metal. Focus, Danielson. Danielson, wax on, wax off. You can see that lead battle still going on up the front there. Jacko is still right behind Rob Dog, who is now back into 3rd place. He's just getting everything he can out of that Bentley tonight. Is the man from South Australia, Murray Bridge. Great place over there. Big hello to everybody tuning in from South Australia or around the world, wherever you are. Hopefully you're out of lockdown and staying safe with all this COVID business. But there is Jacko 4th and Cart Dude 4.4 seconds behind him. We heard that the Mercedes is not showing great pace in qualifying, at least around this circuit, but it's showing better pace in the race. And Big Dick Johnson, who's got Bingaling right behind him, he's rounding out your top 6 and 7. Manafort there. So this midfield battle very close still, as 14 people watching. Hello to you. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments section, please, if you don't mind. Nobby Nuts in 10th, Voodoo. Look at this, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, all together and separated by fractions of a second. And then it's HSV, Righty into the pits and out again. And Jimbo, 15th. But he is well down the field, the last driver. But lap 4 back at the front. Pit stop strategy going to be all important, like we saw last night, whether it will be an overcut or an undercut. But great speedway racing at Murray Bridge, says Big Shep. I'm sure you can attest to that, Rob Dog. And great stuff. South Australia just in amongst it. They used to have the Grand Prix, of course, too, as we know. And but now, unfortunately, we won't talk about the V8 Supercars and the Adelaide 500. We'll leave that for later, because this is where it's at the moment. Let's recap. It is Wilco leading this race, as he is the championship. He's probably not going to get it wrapped up tonight, but he's going to have a fair amount of points in the bag. Mighty Murph 2nd. Just wondering where he can get through here, but he's just fallen back a couple of tenths just to probably save those tyres and just take it a little bit easy as Rob Dog still in third after repassing El Majacco. These two have had a good old ding-dong. It's been very spicy, to quote our man Rob Dog, in the early part of this race. Lap 5, the pace is very hot and things starting to settle down now. Cartoon 5th, Big Dick Johnson 3 seconds further back, but my Bingerling is right behind him, just half a second further back. OGT Army, hashtag up and about at the moment. He's up to 8th now, ahead of Nobby Nuts Racing. This gaggle of cars, the trolley train, down from 7th to 12th. As you can see, Barter's outside the top 10 at the moment. HSV, the man from Sydney, up in 12th. Matterford 13th, if you don't mind. Righty, who has made his pit stop, along with Jimbo and Matterford, 13th, 14th and 15th respectively. But the pace is very hot at the moment as Wilco extends that lead now to 1.1 seconds, but it's still extremely tight. As DJ Wolf says, woohoo, just missed the start, and you just need to go back on the play button there. If you want to watch the start of this race, you certainly can. You've just got to go back about 5 or 6 minutes, DJ, if you want to see that. But Jimbo, who's down there, who's running last at the moment, we might head back to the sharp end. As Bjorn says, purple rain, and of course the special cancer round here on KRL as we head back to our race leader. Of course, all the drivers, or most of the drivers, you'll probably notice with purple cars or various other colours for the various forms of cancer. You can see on your screen there the various different colours which you may see the drivers running tonight on their custom liveries, just paying tribute and trying to raise awareness for the terrible illness that is cancer, and whatever we can do here at KRL, we are trying to do our best to raise awareness and support those in need at this time who are battling through that terrible illness. But lap 6 of this race, it is still Jason Wilkinson who is pulling out now. It's almost 2 seconds. It was very close at the start, Wilco, but you've got a bit of breathing space there, but there is a long way to go. 33 minutes to go in this race, so the field is spreading out, albeit rather slowly. Rob Dog 3.3 seconds off Mighty Murph there. Jacko now slotting into 4th, and this man been one of the drivers of the season in both forms, Tier 2 and Tier 1, and can't do then Big Dick Johnson. So the first 12 drivers yet to make a pit stop. It is quite early though. Matterford, Righty and Jimbo have made their stop, electing to get it out of the way early. But Big Dick Johnson now, who's I'm just about to throw to you, Big Dick, but Binger is keeping you well and truly in his sights there, Jono. He's got the pace there, but you're just managing to stay in front of him.
Yeah, he's quick. I think he's got the same pace as me. Can't really catch up.
So Nissan, the only, thank you for that, Jono. Big Dick Johnson just giving some feedback, and the old commentator's curse. Big Dick Johnson there just ahead of, I was about to say the commentator's curse, I thought you were having a moment there, Jono, but all good as Binger still right behind you. Nissan versus Bentley at the moment, the only Nissan in the field for my Binger King. Oh, I want you to play with my Binger King. And the man who did lose the podium last night, if you're just joining us, there was a post-race penalty after he did really go up the backside of Jimbo in the latter part of the race, the Tier 2 race last night. And he did lose out, and Rose Racing did get the final podium position at the end of that race. Big Dick Johnson slightly off the circuit there. That'll keep Binger interested coming in to the final part of this lap. But you can see they're only 8 tenths down now. That gap still 1.7 at the front. So 3 seconds further back for Rob Dog. Jacko still in 4th. So the top 5 fairly settled at the moment. Can't Dude, who said he gave it his all in qualifying. He was hoping for the Mercedes to be a little bit quicker here in race trim, but still not really making any inroads at all to El Majacco there in P4. So he's currently in 5th there. Big Dick Johnson, we've been watching him. Jono in 6th, Binger in 7th. OGT, Sparky's man here coming around the final corner. He's in P8 at the moment, so still only 10 or so seconds separating your top 4 or 5 drivers, but lap 8 of this one. We've still got to tick over 30 minutes to go. And don't forget, if you are watching this and you are one of the beautiful people watching this stream tonight, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment, and do all of that. Don't forget 2 more rounds remaining in this championship before we finish at Bathurst. The traditional KRL finish to the season up at Mount Panorama. And who knows, hopefully Wilco
Suzuka
will be
next week too.
Suzuka next week, so 2 classic tracks back to back, Wilco. I was about to say you won't want it to go down to that final round in Bathurst, of course, because Bathurst can throw up anything. Very unpredictable, as Barters81 says, everyone wanting to be a hero on the first lap, FFS, and that is just showing a bit of frustration there. But perfectly understandable. I think we might have lost Barters there off the leaderboards, I reckon. Barters, who qualified fairly well. I think he was top 6 or 7, I think. I can't quite remember. But he did get a little bit of contact there at the start, and that ruined his race. But Voodoo and HSV having their own battle. This might be, in fact, the closest battle on track at the moment. And like we said, not just at the business end of the field, these drivers are battling in the midfield. And for the final points paying positions, there is so much on the line here in KRL. And you can see the pace is pretty hot. Oh, HSV getting his nose in front of Voodoo, the man who stormed home to finish second last night in what was an incredible performance. It has to be said, from Voodoo last night to take P2. And HSV has got in front of him at the moment. I think HSV might have encountered some contact as well off the start line, which saw him go down the field. But he's well and truly on the comeback trail. So, well, geez, fellas, things are settling down at the moment. Rob, what's happening there? P3 at the moment. You've still got Mighty Murph and Wilco in your sights, but the pace from those that leading duo looks pretty intense at the moment. Yeah,
it's pretty intense at the moment, Trev. Oh, Jesus, bit of a slide on the car there. Yeah, I'm just really hustling at the moment. I'm actually, I think I've got better pace than Mighty Murph. I think I've got pretty similar pace to Wilco, so we're not out of this one yet.
Hang in there.
Bentley not very good around here, so to be on a podium at the moment in this car is, I wouldn't say mega for myself, but
it's a win.
I'm driving the fucking wheels off of it, Trev, honestly.
So there we go. Well, thank you for that update, Rob, and we'll let you get back to it. And you are in P3. You're out driving the car. It's a bit of a Max Verstappen drive. The Bentley not too flash around this Kyalami circuit. But Sparky says, good move, HSV. We saw that one on Voodoo that put him up tonight. But very much a Max Verstappen drive at the moment. Absolutely getting every bit out of that Bentley. And doing an absolutely incredible job indeed. And where are the other Bentleys? Big Dick Johnson in 6th. And the other Bentley down in P11. It's more of an Alex Albon sort of position, isn't it? Outside the top 10 there. And lap 10 of this race. That's not very nice, is it? But lap 10 of this one. And we are on, what do we got here? Probably, I'm not sure how many laps left in this race. However many we can fit in the final 27 minutes. But Mighty Murph looks like he's just closed that gap a little bit there, Wilco. We'll keep concentrating and doing what you need to do. And Barter's there saying, I got wrecked from behind, qualified 5th. I knew you qualified very nicely up inside that top 6. So a 3rd row start for you, Barters, but unfortunately not the start you were looking for. And punted off the track and getting wrecked from behind. Like he said, everyone wants to be a hero on lap 1, but it's more about the long...
Name and shame, Barters. Who was it?
Oh. So just putting it out there, Wilco. Who was it, Barters? We want to know, possibly, I don't want to say the name Jimbo. He has been involved in a few incidents. It's sort of just force of habit, isn't it? But no, just joking. But lap 10 of this one, oh, big dog. Just Barters coming in with the Big Dick Johnson remark. Oh. We've got him in the commentary box. He's currently in P6 at the moment. We'll let you keep focusing on what you need to do, Jono. But
gee, I need to say, Big Dick. At what point did the relationship break down?
And you can actually pinpoint the moment that Barnes is up and about. Race incident, but not an overtaking corner. And this sounds a bit like Senna and Prost, doesn't it? That was May corner. Yes, Prost and Senna back in '89 at Suzuka. Very controversial stuff, but Barta's not happy. Qualified like we saw, 5th position, qualified right up the field. And then Big Dick decided to put one right up the back of him, and he was off the circuit. But there we have it. So Barta's, I'm sure you'll come back stronger next week at Suzuka. A great track as well. 2 classics to finish it. But Big Dick Johnson there. Jono, can you give us a quick comment on that start?
Hang on, you see in a corner. Wait for the straight.
Okay, don't talk to me during the corners, guys. Don't talk to me at all during the corners. Thank you. Yep.
Tyres are gone.
Oh, team radio.
Tyres are gone, man.
And then he yep.
Fast lap of the lap. Fast lap the race next lap.
Yeah, I sort of had a dive at turn 3, whatever it was. I was there, and then he just turned in. He got spun.
There we go. So Big Dick Johnson.
Behind I don't know what a real come from behind his mate.
There we have it. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jono. Don't talk me to the corners, guys. Yes, get in there, Lewis. I'm sick of hearing that. But Big Dog Racing Incident, thank you for that. Voodoo says, spun it on the wall in the pits. Oh no. Voodoo, that does explain why Voodoo went from about 10th, I reckon, down to 13th. He has made his pit stop. So Voodoo has got his pit stop out of the way. If we can get any positives out of that, fellas, it's Voodoo still in 13th. He's a long way off. Like with most of these tracks, you do almost fall a lap behind, don't you, after going into the pits and then back out again. These pit stops are very, very long indeed. And Barta's saying, then Nobby got me on the last corner. So he's had an awful time, Barta's, getting hit by Big Dick and Nobby. That sounds very...
Big Dick and nuts.
he got hit. He got hit by Big Dick. He got hit by some dick and nuts. And,
cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers. He's gonna be sore tomorrow, isn't he, Bartas? Hopefully he can make it to Suzuka. But they might have to go into quarantine. But I did that last night. Rick Oztech says my only mistake. I think he's referring to. You got me on that comment there, Wilco. I think he's referring to Voodoo there at the pit lane. But Barta's my only option at that point. Big Dig was to drive up the track. It continues. The plot thickens, fellas. But let's take a look at what's happening back at the front, though. Keep those comments coming in as the track temperature 29 degrees, pristine conditions here with 23 minutes to go in this one. And Sparky says he just needs COVID to finish him off after getting hit with nuts and Big Dick. And anyway, good luck, guys, as somebody's in the pits.
Oh, he spun. No, he spun.
And Rob Dog, has he spun? Has he done the
no,
David
Alan.
Oh, Alan. Oh, no. What happened there?
He didn't pit. I thought he pitted, but he's made a mistake. Must have been that fast right-hander, second last corner. Very easy to hit that inside curb. It's going to launch her.
So it can happen, can't it? We've seen Voodoo already falling victim to the pit lane there. But Big Dick Johnson still there in 5th. You can see the purple cars for the special cancer round. Race control there giving us a message. I've missed that, but Rob Dog into the pits. Half the race gone, half still to go. 22 minutes and 22 seconds remaining, Wilco. Absolutely marvellous there. Thank you, Richie. But we see
It didn't take me into the pits. I just stopped at my pit box. I was like, nah, sorry, buddy.
And there's some drama. There's some drama in the pits, Rob. What's going on there?
Stopped in the box, and the game didn't want to change my fucking tyres.
And we've seen this.
How many seconds did you lose?
I think I lost about 10, maybe 15 seconds there. But apparently my pit crew are a bunch of Frenchmen gone on strike, so I'm going to have to drive around there.
You're not the one to touch the car.
And, well, drama then, as Greg Bennett says, what a ball biter. Indeed it is. Thank you, Greg Bennett, saying bad luck there for Bartas, who is no longer with us. And there we go. Wilco into the pits now. And the number 19 Porsche into the pits there. And let's take a look at what's happened. Rob Dog all the way down in 9th. That French pit crew. And so... did they end up changing the tyres in the end, Rob Dog? What's the latest after that first stop?
Yeah, I got a new pair of booties, but yeah, I just don't hire the French. They just tend not to do what they're employed to do.
That's right. And don't forget about the different seasons in Paris, of course, and then fall. Anyway, that's a classic joke, but Rob Dog down to 10th at the moment. But boy, well, you finally got some new French tyres, but it only took about 5 minutes. And now Righty and OGT, you've got them for company, but Mighty Murph inherits the lead then. So he hasn't made a stop as yet, and we'll see whether that undercut or in fact an overcut will work tonight. And Jacko up to P2, Cart Dude up to P3. Well down the field though, Big Dick Johnson and BDJ has been promoted to 4th with Binger King, who's just he hasn't let up 14 laps. The pressure has been constant from Binger King there, right up behind Team Radio. Jono?
Binger's up my dude.
He certainly is. And as Wilco coming out of the pits in 6th place, and it looks like, Wilco, you've come out into some clear air, I believe.
Yeah, just got out in front of Nobby, so that's pretty crucial for the race, so yeah.
Pretty helpful. Less than 20 minutes remaining now, so the big question, you can see you're a long way off, aren't you there, Wilco? But of course, you have made your stop. And the highest of all the drivers tonight, 14 drivers to make their pit stop. I think we've still got the top 6 out of the top 7 are yet to make their stop. So we'll wait and see where this pans out as Mighty Murph now is into the pits. This is very, very interesting for the outcome of this race. Not much to see with Mighty Murph in the pits, but Cart Dude's in as well. And somebody else, it might have been Big Dick Johnson, I think I saw coming in behind Cart Dude. Yep, and Binger King as well. So that is really paving the way. We'll go for you to come through here. We're going to keep an eye. You're coming up to the last couple of corners, I think, to end your lap. And this is absolutely crucial. The pit stops, mandatory pit stops if you're new to the KRL rules, of course. Hello to everybody watching, but here we go. Wilco is on the start-finish straight. Jacko's off into the lead, but Mighty Murph is just coming out of the pits now. And Wilco is on his merry way, so the undercut.
Big undercut.
Has worked, and it hasn't just worked. Wilco, it's Murph is, well, he's just coming out of the pits now, if you don't mind, and you are well and truly clear in 2nd place. And you are on your merry way, sunshine.
Yeah, so I just got to make sure I don't make any mistakes. It's got a big gap, so I don't have to push too hard. 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
And yeah, 5.2. So yeah, it's got to head down.
Maintain the gap. Jacko then, the only driver, I beg your pardon, Nobby Nuts as well, who's into the pits now. I was about to say it's just Jacko or Nobby Nuts yet to make their stop, but Nobby Nuts now in the pits. So that is everybody but Jacko, this man who was crowned Tier 2 champion last night. And I was wondering whether he's going to do the old Hamilton move and go longer, but he is now in the pits as well. So his pit crew, he's just decided to come into the pits now. Hopefully no issues changing all 4 wheels and tyres here. Has Caleb in the pits as well? Yes, of course, he's not racing tonight. But in comes Jacko then. And
Madford and Cart do look like they're pretty close on the track map there.
There we go. We'll have a look at that battle. Madford and Cart do just 7/10. So nothing in at the moment. And Rob Dog, through no fault of your own, mate, you've been sort of thrust into that midfield battle there. You're in 8th, 7/10 behind you is Righty in the pink Porsche there, the number 4. But Madford and Cart Dude, and Madford's off the track. He's just made a mistake there. It looked like he must have caught a bump or something, got a wheel onto the grass, and he is off the circuit now. And HSV goes through, so does Binger. And so the pressure getting to Madford there. And now he's going to be under even bigger pressure from the
I've got no brakes. So the French have taken with fucking brake pads, Trev. They thought, you know, you've done a really good job. Let's give you some democracy and fucking guillotine yourself.
And strong words there from Rob Dog, who we saw. I was about to say that, but now Righty is all over the back
on the
of
ABS.
Rob Dog.
Oh, sorry, yep. Keep going. Team Radio.
Team Radio. Never mind about
a couple
that.
clicks on ABS, Rob.
A couple of clicks. The ABS live updates there and some advice there from Wilco as Righty now looking down the inside in this battle for P8. Righty, he's looked to have his nose in front there, and now Rob Dog will have the inside line heading into the next corner, so he keeps his nose in front. And Sparky says, taking my breaks, haha, ho 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 ho. And Rob Dog there still just ahead. I know we've got a few battles through the field, but we're going to stick with this one at the moment because Righty is all up in Rob Dog's business. A race where Rob Dog looked certain. I shouldn't say certain, but he looked good, sure thing for at least the top 6. But Righty is right up behind him, and Rob Dog getting screwed over by his French pit crew. And there's a bit of a train forming now. You can see Rob Dog, Righty complaining of no brakes. Rob Dog, Righty there, OGT rounding out your top 10. Big Dick Johnson just behind him. 15 minutes to go in this one, so plenty of time. But it is this man, Wilco, Mighty Murph now, the overcut not working there for Murph. And the undercut getting the job done for Wilco. OGT waiting to pounce. Very true Sparkalicious. And your man up and about there in P10 and Jacko in P3. So things settling down at the front. My Bingaling is up in 5th, HSV 6th. So these two having a little battle of their own at the moment. P5 and 6. You can see Card Dude further up the road. They managed to get ahead of Matterford there, who's still in P7 after that incident. But Rob Dog, OGT Righty's through, and so is OGT as well. Rob Dog, it's not getting any better for you down there in P11 now.
No, that's it's turned into an absolute train wreck, Trevor. Might have to jump back in the commentary box. I'm pressing this brake pedal as hard as I can, and it's just not stopping the bloody thing.
Well, there you have it. Our man, the commentary legend that he is, many seasons. Project Cars, F1, we've called it all. But now he is out on track and he is struggling. You can see him there. He's outside of the top 10. So what will the remaining 14 minutes have in store for all the South Australian Rob Dog 1996, the Chicken Fuhrer, as he's more known to us. But Voodoo then, P12, the man who spun. He hit the pit lane wall, we believe. He did leave a comment, and he wasn't too happy about that, but he's down in 12th, so not quite the race that he had last night. But Nobby Nuts, one of the drivers who did hit Barters at the start, Nobby Nuts and Big Dick. And OGT, Rick Oztech wants to know how is OGT's internet tonight as Nobby Nuts goes on a bit of a journey off the circuit. But we do have issues with Nobby Nuts, don't we? I think with his whether he's just a bit
streams his channels, he streams his races too, so maybe that's a little bit of an issue. But
yep,
if you want to see some the onboards from some of the drivers, you got Voodoo does his stream, so V for Voodoo, and Nobby Nuts Racing also does his stream. So
head
if you want to check out their channels and see their POV, then yeah, you can do that.
And head over. Don't forget Voodoo, of course, especially good friends, KRL family. That's what it's all about. He streams most nights. He's got to 100 subscribers. We got him there, Wilco, and doing beautifully.
Raise the bat.
And raise the bat. 100 there. Marvellous innings, that. And Big Kilroy has checked in, says, hey all. And Rick Oztech, Telstra sucks. Got to say, I can't argue with that, but luckily I'm on Optus here in Benalla, NBN. A little bit slow tonight, just downloading at 64 megabytes a second, as Wilco hates me saying that, but here he's still out in front.
I was
though.
at 48 tonight, so that's all right.
He's at 48. You're getting closer there, Wilco. But the man from Carrum Downs, acknowledging everybody in Carrum Downs who have been doing it tough in this COVID crisis. They're coming out of the end of it though, and this man, he is a bit of a prankster at work.
Tell you what, the pace is pretty hot here. Alan and I are both on back-to-back 139.6s, so or 139.7s that lap. So 39.6 lap last lap and 39.7s this lap. So that's quickens some of the quality times tonight. So Alan is definitely on it. Unfortunately, that little mistake, it's giving that little break, and yeah. I was looking forward to a nice battle, but I would hopefully keep driving off into this into the last 11 minutes, Trev.
Did you hear that? Qualifying times. We are seeing qualifying times here tonight. That's how hot the pace is, Wilco. Head down, focus. 11 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, and this battle is mighty close. You can see Binger and HSV, hammer and tongs here, the battle for P5. And Kilroy says race pace is what? Shocked emoji. And that is it. The only thing quick about me is my internet, says Rick Oztech. But this battle, Bingerling and HSV wants to play with his being a king. And the battle for P5, just 2/10 there. We saw Binger trying to cut that slipstream off on the start-finish straight, but that battle continues. Righty further back in 7th. Manafort has had a moment in front of you, Big Dick Johnson, and you have got through there up into 8th position, I believe, along with OGT. And Manafort now, he's had a couple of incidents in the last few laps, and he is outside, almost outside of the top 10, currently still in 9th. But the pressure is intense, the pace is hot, right from P1 down to this midfield battle. But you can see there, 4 seconds off the leader is Mighty Murph. And then it's Jacko 10 seconds further back, Cart Dude, all out on a Sunday drive there on his own. But 15 people watching this live stream. Don't forget the special Fuck Cancer round. You can see the hashtag in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Get it trending. And David Regler and Dregler. Great action, lads, and a great call by Trev as always. That's a name I've heard many years ago. And,
yeah, it's a legend.
Yep, absolute legend of league racing. And yeah, I still couldn't. I was quick on F1 2012, of course, but I could not quite as quick as you, mate. I remember we had some battles there back in the day, but great to see you, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you watching the stream tonight as this battle continues. 5th and 6th, separated by just a nutsack in it at the moment. Look at that, 0.3 of a second as we look back to Big Dick Johnson, who, well, this is even closer, if you don't mind. Big Dick Johnson looking for a way past Righty, who has to be said, fellas, has looked out of sorts. And we've only got less than 10 minutes remaining in this race. 16 people watching now. Huge numbers, absolutely huge. And thank you for that, Donald Trump. Keep counting those votes over there in the US. That could get spicy. And I'm sure we will hear about that in the coming weeks and months. But it looks like Uncle Joe could be in there. But it's not over until the fat lady sings. Ooh! We'll keep it for the end with 8 minutes to go in this race as OGT's off at the back. Sparky is going to be pretty annoyed about that. But Big Dick Johnson.
Oh, I've lost brakes.
And he's lost the brakes again. Rob Dog now down in 12th, but Big Dick Johnson slipping it down the outside. But Righty then the last of the late breakers, and there's contact. And Righty is spinning around like Kylie Minogue in those golden shorts all of those years ago. And Big Dick Johnson up into P8. And Jono, was there some contact there that sent Righty around?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if I felt it is, to be honest. It's tight.
So we'll wait and see what happens there. Live updates, team radio from Big DJ. And look at that, up to 7th then OGT, now less than a second that gap. Behind him, Manafort in 9th. Voodoo, the Nigerian Prince. 123 voodoo at hotmail.com. Send your details to Voodoo. But Righty then in P11, still all out of sorts. But did he cop a bit of a nudge? Oh, and he's around again. Well, that time it wasn't Big Dick Johnson, that's for sure. And I think Ericsson hit him there. As it might have been Carlos Sainz, as Albon said back in that race. But watch Big Dog OGT. And,
yeah, I was going to say, Trev, OGT is looking pretty racy at the moment. You can see that McLaren is looking very well set up, very balanced. Big Dick Johnson is driving the wheels off of that thing at the moment. So this is a very interesting battle. He's just got a little bit wide over that little ripple strip there. It's just cost him a little bit of time, but the man is absolutely a gun when it comes to pressure.
He is absolutely incredible in these precious situations. And if you're just joining us, 6 minutes to go in this race. 22 laps gone. It is Jason Wilkinson leading this race. The man from Carrum Downs. Incredible stuff. Our championship leader. He will extend that championship lead tonight, but it is not over by any stretch of the imagination. And you can see OGT Mr. Cool, cool as a cucumber under pressure there. Right, getting closer to Big Dick Johnson. We want to keep flicking through there. Manafort, 9th.
Yeah, I was just going to say there, Trev, another interesting battle at the moment is HSVDT against the Binger King. Within a second now, so this is heading up this battle 7/10ths now between these two. So, yeah, HSV and that Porsche is absolutely hustling their Nissan at the moment.
Certainly is. Porsche versus the only Nissan in the field. And Binger will be out to get some payback for last night. He won't be a happy man after what happened last night. He's a good sport though, but he did lose that podium position last night after an incident with Jimbo, and it went to LJR Rose Racing in the end. So HSV, he's putting all sorts of pressure on this man. There can't be more than possibly 2, maybe 3 laps left until the end of this Tier 1 race. And currently, as you can see there, Wilco leading, Mighty Merv second, Jacko in third. So as it stands, Wilco will extend that championship lead. Like we keep saying, it's not over, Wilco, until the fat lady sings. But heading into Suzuka, it's going to be very difficult. And Rob,
yeah,
what
I'm just
on earth
watching
is
this battle
going
at
on?
the moment with HSV. So this is really tightened up at the moment. HSV on the absolute ragged edge, just keeping up with Binger King. Right on his tail, actually, Trev. This battle's closed up since I last flicked through and had a look at it. Only 2/10ths out at the moment. You can see Binger King moving all over the road. HSV just absolutely capitalising. Binger King just defending a little bit too early there, and yeah, he's lost a lot of ground. So just watch this last corner, maybe to the first corner here, and it could be very interesting. Binger King, a little bit of an earlier entrance there, and you can see just absolutely harrying him at the moment. See if he can get the slipstream. I think he might be a little bit too far back, but he might outbreak himself.
He's moving, trying to pass a Bing. Nobody can stop him.
Binger King's gone wide!
And Binger's gone wide. He is wide, and you can see drive-through penalty for someone. I think it might be Righty, but this battle is very spicy indeed. You're keeping an eye on this one too, Rob, with 4 minutes remaining. Look at this. This is the closest battle on the circuit, Rob, with 4 minutes left in this race. You can see the sun setting here at the South African circuit. What happened to Jimbo Jones? I'm not too sure. I think he was involved in something at the start there, Battery Rat Gaming, but we will have to get back to you on that one. But look at this. This battle is very close. Mighty Murph is in the...
He's gone. I crashed.
Is in the lead.
I hit a curb in the whole race, and it's just snapped on me, so...
Well, you could...
Sketchy as.
Breaking news out of South Africa. Wilco, our championship
bad damage.
leader,
Massive
has got
left
bad
hand down.
damage, and there might be 1 or 2 laps left in this race. It's not over yet. So Murph inherits the lead. I did hear an "ah" in the background, and I hoped it was not bad news, Wilco, but it was, unfortunately. And Wilco, you heard him there. He's got bad damage. We'll get back to that battle. I think keep an eye on that HSV being a battle there, Rob. We might get back to you in a second. Let us know if anything happens with that one. But 3.2 seconds the gap, so can Wilco hold on? He's going to finish on the podium, no doubt about that. Cart Dude's 21.7 seconds further back in 4th. So there's not much...
What a dickhead.
Not much of a threat.
I can't believe that.
Not much...
Just run on that curb right there, that exit curve there, and been doing it the whole race, and then that time I decided to just go snap and straight off into the wall.
And, well, it was...
Fuck it all.
Well, 2.1 seconds, you can hear.
Yeah,
he's not a happy man.
No point fighting this.
And commentator's curse hits again. I wouldn't say, would you call it a commentator's curse, Sparky? I wasn't even talking about our man. And salvage the points. Salvage the points. That's shit, says Rick Oztech, but salvage those points, Wilco, and bring something home. And you can see they're very clever. Wilco not fighting Jacko there, so down.
I can't even go flat through this corner.
And I think you might be safe from Cart Dude, I reckon, Wilco. But anyway, if you're just joining us, Wilco was out in the lead all on his own in this race. and then it just went all Alex Albon on him, and he has lost his lead, and he's down into P3 at the moment. You've got to drive for next year though, Wilco. Don't worry, you're doing okay there. No pressure from Helmut Marko, but it's Mighty Murph, this man in the lead. He's inherited his lead, and you said Wilco was a sure thing without a fat lady singing. Ooh! And the fat lady's going to be singing for this little sweaty Kiwi in just one lap. No, it's... Oh, is that the last lap of the race coming up? No, I don't.
Probably one more.
One more lap to go. That gap is steady, so Kart Dude 21 seconds further back, but it is this man from Auckland in New Zealand who just gets a little bit sweaty, the keyboard warrior who loves to check in and just leave some crass comments, but we love him, don't we? He didn't try passing Hamilton around the outside. Thank you for that, Rick Oztech, but one more lap after this one, and Mighty Murph, with less than a minute to go in this race, he will lead it. And, well, that is, you're still in good shape for that championship, Wilco, but I've got to say, those points, it's going to be interesting anyway.
It's 28. It was, what, 28 to Alan, or was it 28 to Brody?
28, I think, to Brody, I think. But anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later. 30 seconds remaining. It is Jacko now all on his own in P2. I was about to say Tier 2. But Velcro gloves helps, I'm thinking, says Battery Rat. But Wilco there in third. You can see he has massive damage. And Kart Dude in fourth. He won't go any further, but this battle still continues, Rob, for fifth and sixth.
Yeah, the other battle is... Oh, Voodoo's just got on the back of Manafort, just down the last points paying positions there, Trev. And just watching Voodoo all over the back of Manafort, and he's just outbroke himself. But no harm, no foul. Nobody's gone off the road, but he's got a little bit more ground to make up. But this was getting very, very interesting indeed.
So the time is up. You can see 0-0. The time is up. Look at that battle for the final points paying positions. But we might head back to this man, Mighty Murph, who is on his final lap of this race. And he's going to win this one, I reckon, unless something tragic happens to him. He is going to take the full 25 points tonight and keep his championship hopes alive. And then it's Jacko then in P2. And what is Wilco doing? He's a long way back, 7 seconds. Tippy-toeing around, tiptoeing through the tulips. And he will finish P3 tonight. And he went all Bottas Nürburgring style there, going off, making a mistake. But remember, we've heard it in the comments, Wilco, just salvage those points and bring that car home. Let the mechanics and your crew sort it out after the race. But where is... let's take a look at Voodoo. One last look at this final battle for the points-paying position here. 10th place. Voodoo is in 10th place, but he's right up behind Manafort there in P9. He wants one. He's got 1 point. He wants 2 points. But let's take a look at this man, Mighty Murph, who is coming out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight to win this race here at Kyalami tonight in South Africa. He wins round 8 of this championship in our Fuck Cancer round, dedicated to everybody fighting the terrible illness that is cancer out there. We're all thinking of you. Mighty Murph gets the win tonight. Jacko gets the number 2 spot, and Wilco, he got P1 last night, P2 tonight for Jacko, as Wilco brings it home. And having a cut lunch, says Shep. Well done, everyone, waiting for the tribute lap, Wilco, of course. If you want to tell our viewers what is going on after this race, of course, a special tribute lap for our special cancer round.
Yeah, so we'll let these last few drivers finish their race, and then we're going to have a little tribute lap, because of course it's more than... it sounds like a bit salty, but no, Alan drove a good race, Jacko drove a good race, but it is more than just racing tonight.
I'm salty.
But there's a lot more to just the race tonight, so we'll wait for Voodoo to come around, and Caleb will come out on track too, and yeah, we'll take it away.
So there we go, Voodoo and Manafort, look at that! Voodoo, and was the battle continued right down the field there. I think Voodoo has just finished behind Manafort. So Manafort gets 9th place in the end. Voodoo gets 10th. And as what's Righty doing there? He's just come out of the pits. Maybe Righty doesn't even know, but he's come out of the pits and nearly cleaned up Voodoo there. But Rob Dog, now as we get the formation, I think, are we doing the V formation? I think with Caleb.
Yeah, we're just waiting
leading,
for Voodoo and Caleb to get to the front.
Leading the pack around then. So like we said, this special round, we did a special tribute last night, of course, for everybody who is fighting cancer or has fought cancer. But like we said, it's much more than racing. We are a family. We keep saying it here at KRL, of course, as we take a look at our race winner out the front there. Alongside him is Wilco. But thinking of Voodoo and his dad, Kim, who is going through a battle of his own at the moment, and we are thinking of Voodoo and his whole family, Caleb as well, at this very difficult time. But Wilco, you look like you're struggling there. That damage isn't helping you, is it?
Rob gave me a little hit up the tush there, but where's Voodoo? We might slow right down here.
So we might. I think Voodoo was fair way
Jimbo.
behind. So Jimbo's just giving someone else a bit of a love tap there, but Voodoo and Caleb coming through the field at the moment. You can see these special custom
leave a gap up the inside
liveries as we just wait for these two drivers to come through the field. And you can see Voodoo making his way through along with Caleb there as a special tribute here at KRL, doing our best to raise awareness and have that support there in this special special round.
OGT to come up as well, wherever OGT is.
Yep, and OGT, whereabouts is he? We'll keep flicking through here. Thank you for those comments. Good racing, fellas. Thank you, Kilroy. Don't forget your driver of the day as well, and OGT is a bit further down the field there. Are we waiting for OGT to come through as well, or we just... I think we've got everyone now.
It's not really a V, but yep.
Yeah, we're getting there, mate.
It's
so
looking...
we might just cut the audio for a sec here and just let this roll through to the pit lane.
So we're just going to let these drivers do their special tribute lap as a tribute to our special cancer round here at KRL. We're going to cut the audio as we see the drivers continue around on their final lap. So I think we're going past the pits, I think, Wilco, and just heading onto the start-finish straight now.
Yep, so just try and get this flying V going, but Caleb sort of...
It always works in rehearsal, but never quite works in when we get down to it. But a special tribute, if you're just joining us last night and tonight, a special round 8 of both Tier 2 and Tier 1 here in the KRL season, dedicated to cancer and all those fighting the good fight. Like we keep saying, we're all thinking of you during these tough times, and it's very rare you come across anyone, fellas, that hasn't had
big killed.
Hasn't had anyone who's known someone who's dealt with cancer, and it's a shithouse illness, of course. And I was about to say, Rob Dog, one that we can get on top of at some point in the future, but I'm not sure whether the V's coming together. It's going more for P, for pear-shaped, I reckon. Rob, what happened to you?
I got Jimbo, but I just want to... it was meant to be a flying V. It's not exactly worked out. Apparently the circuit's not big enough for it, but the flying V is used historically as a military way of saying one airman's not coming home. So it's just showing that we're here in support, and we're with Voodoo and his family during this tough period, and we give love and support to everybody else who is going through the same situation at the moment. So yeah, very emotional.
Voodoo's just doing a nice little donut here.
Last night was a very hard call, and yeah, it's just overall we hope thoughts and prayers towards Voodoo and his family.
Great stuff. Well said, Rob Dog, and it's the least we can do. Always there for Voodoo and his family, of course, and he does great work He's got incredible amount of work for this channel, doesn't he, Wilco? He does graphics and he's up and about on Discord as well. So he does incredible stuff, thumbnails, you name it, he does it. And an incredible man. And that camera's not quite picking up Voodoo there at the moment. We might go back to the main pack. There we have it. But stick around, the fireworks, there's some fireworks out on track, that's for sure, but the fireworks there you can see in the background. But stick around, we need your driver of the day. Get your votes in. And is it Mighty Murph? Is it Jacko? Is it Wilco? Let us know in the comments. Is it somebody else? As our race winner joins us in the post-race interviews. As we see the boys getting excited. They're doing a few more donuts, but a fantastic tribute, of course, after that race to not only Voodoo and his family, but everybody out there fighting cancer at this moment. As our race winner has joined us for a bit of a chat. Mighty Murph, big hello to you, mate. Congratulations. Probably not a win you were expecting, mate, but I'm sure you'll take it nonetheless.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Full credit to Jason. He was class act tonight, so...
Mate, it was only good for 41 minutes of the race, or
yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, I came on that right hand and I thought I shit myself. There was like a car that's parked in the track and I was like, ah! So, no, that was... yeah, a bit unexpected, but yeah, we'll take it. Championship down to what, 17 points or something, so 2 rounds to go. Let's go.
Great stuff, Murph, and yeah, good call. Great race tonight. To finish first you've got to finish there, Wilco. You needed that extra 5 minutes there, but congratulations, Murph. All the way across the Tasman there, mate. Congratulations, great win tonight, and well, I guess for the neutral and for the spectator, it keeps that championship alive, mate. So thank you very much, and well done.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
That's why he did it. He's all about the views. It's all about the watch hours with Wilco. But as we head along to a man who we seem to talk to nearly every week now in the post-race interviews, I speak of Elmer Jacko. And Jacko, first last night, second tonight, mate. Talk us through your race, another podium finish for you.
Yeah, thanks, Trev. Well, firstly, I have to go over the livery once again. Yesterday was obviously for the cancers I mentioned that Dad has gone through, but tonight we've got the 2 that my grandma has survived, so that being lymphoma and thyroid cancer. So yeah, there's that, and thanks once again for the organising of the round. It's meant a lot to certainly me and obviously Voodoo and many of the others in the league. And then in the race, I got to say, I thought I was going to be in a pretty private battle there with Rob Dog for most of it, but unfortunately something happened after the pit stops and I was alone for most of the race until Jason had his mishap. So yeah, I think there was a pretty bold move at one stage by Rob out of nowhere, caught me by surprise, but it worked. So yeah, I was hoping to have further battles with him, but yeah, maybe you can fill me in on to what happened, but it just disappeared.
Yeah, so my pit crew are a bunch of Frenchmen and they took my brake pads.
No! Really?
Yeah, took them and threw them in the bin and said, go out and drive on drums.
And they got rid of most things on that car, I think, judging by Rob's. I think you ended up in the pits, didn't you? You could have a chat with him there at the end, Rob. But anyway, Jacko, congratulations, mate. Another great result tonight. And yeah, well said as well. A special tribute livery. We're just looking at that now on the stream in the pit lane there for this special round, mate. Congratulations, and we will catch you next week.
Thanks again.
Awesome, good stuff there, Jacko. He's in ripping form, isn't he, our man? Tier 2 champion last night. He was crowned Tier 2 champion last night, of course, and continuing his good form on into Tier 1 as Jason Wilkinson is in the party as well, and he finished third in the end. It could have been more than that, Wilco, but well, I've got to say, mate, it looked like you had it all under control there, mate. And then with 5 minutes to go, you just had a bit of an incident. Talk us through it.
First off, I'll just quickly go back to Alan and let him talk about his livery. I don't know if he's still in the thing, so maybe go on. Just roll out to the start of the pit lane there, Rob. Sorry, not Rob, Alan, and you can just talk about your livery, then we'll get back to what I was about to say. But yeah, so Alan, talk about your livery, please.
So, simple really is for my grandmother who passed away maybe almost 2 years ago now. So she suffered from, so when she passed, she had brain, kidney, and spinal cancer. So that's what the 3 colours in the car representing tonight. So yeah, that one's for you, Nana.
Great stuff.
Well done.
Thank you for that, Murph. Awesome tribute there, and you can see that. You see the livery there, and the colours
Just back up a little bit, Al.
Yep, just
There we go.
awesome. There we go. Great shot of that. Thank you for that, Murph. Our winner tonight, and a great tribute there as well. And now we head along to Wilco, who's yep. Do you want to let us know, Wilco, what happened there in? I guess you sort of told us before, but anyway, if you want to run through it again.
As a famous man once said, I fucking lost it, eh? I must have drifter. But no, I was pushing a little bit too hard. I was trying to keep that gap. I didn't want Alan to have a little sniff. And yeah, as I said, just run over that curb on the exit of that Sunset corner, which is probably my favourite corner for tonight. And yeah, hitting that curb all race, and she decided, you know what? I don't want you to hit me anymore, and just went boing and bounced me off. I thought we had the bouncy curbs last week, but no. But as I said before, a lot more than just the race tonight. So right on to everyone, all the Tier 1 boys tonight with that little lap at the end, and yeah, special thoughts for everyone affected by cancer, and yeah, I guess more than just a race tonight.
Certainly is, and it's been absolutely terrific. Big thank you to everybody. I say it all the time, but big thank you to everybody in the live stream, in the comments as well, who have been absolutely terrific. Thank you for watching and giving us your comments as well. I'm not sure who the driver of the day might be. Voodoo's voted for Binger, I think.
Yeah, we'll
I'm going to vote for myself. Fuck it.
Can
I drive it for the day for once? I had great pace. My pit crew is terrible.
We allowed to vote for ourselves. We'll have to consult the rule book. But there we go. So 1 for Binger, 1 for Rob Dog. But we're almost out of time. It's a bit like Joe and Donald, isn't it? We'll have to count those. We'll have to count these votes up again, I reckon. But we're almost out of time.
I just want the votes.
It's absolutely, we're not letting this one go, are we? But there we go. That's we're going to hear more about that in the coming days and weeks. But we're almost out of time here. It's been an incredible tribute round, of course, round 8 of this championship, the Fuck Cancer round, raising awareness for the terrible illness that is cancer, of course, and all of those people fighting that fight or have fought cancer in the past. We're all thinking of you and here to give you support. But big thank you, like I said, to everybody, and don't forget to join us next week. The championship is not over, in Tier 1 at least. Don't forget next week from Suzuka in Japan before we finish the week after at the famous Mount Panorama circuit to end this championship. Stay safe, stay well, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next week here on KRL. It's bye for now.
There you go.